Guys, you're here to make something out of this, man. You're here to make something out of this. You're not here for a quick fix. You're not here for quick profit. You're here to make something. This is a skill. Take this skill seriously, because if you take this skill seriously, it seriously will reward you, thinking that, okay, you know what? Once I've learned the skill, I can actually generate X amount of income. I'm not going to say you're going to make 10K a month, 20K a month. No, your income will fluctuate, no doubt, but it will allow you to make a substantial amount of money that you can now use to invest in other areas of life. You can buy some land back home. You can build on that land. You can buy a house. You can invest in property. You can invest in X, Y, Z. You can actually do things. Why? Because trading is a money-making vehicle. It's a money-making machine that you can use to allow you to receive passive income, because trading isn't passive, but trading can generate you the type of money where you can invest in things for your income to become passive. You see, I sometimes think to myself, okay, you know what? I desire this in my life. I want to buy this. Okay, let me go in the charts. Let me trade for a bit, and hopefully within a month I can accumulate enough profits to pay for that specific thing. For example, my house right here, I paid the year's rent with a €1 USD trade. Go back on my video and check it out. So whenever I want to achieve a certain thing, or I want to pay for a substantial thing, not everything of course, because I have other avenues of income that can pay for that, okay? But whenever I have a certain goal in mind, I like to use trading to pay for it. Why? Because it feels nicer. Moving to Dubai with trading profits, it feels good. It feels good. Why? Because trading pays for it. Furthermore, Euro USD paid for it. You need a timing criteria for when you trade. I trade these pairs. I trade at this time for London session. I trade at this time for New York session. I am not going to deviate from any of these two times at any given point. Why? Because I realized every single time I trade outside of my time window, I hit stop loss. Number two, you need an entry criteria. What setups do you even take? Do you even know what your usual setups look like? What does it look like? Okay, you have a sweep of this high, you have an inducement of this low, you have this, you have this. What does it look like? What are your favorable setups that you want to see in the markets every single day? If you don't have them, draw them out and have them next to you. Ask yourself, what are my entry criterias? And the same way you should have entry criterias, you should also have deterrents. Things that deter you from entering. You must build a list of red flags to show you, okay, this is a possible danger zone. This is a possible early zone. So it's very, very, very important for you to have these entry criteria, and most importantly, those deterrents in place that can show you where you could possibly go wrong ahead of time. You need to have an exit criteria also. A lot of people are focused on the entry, and that's great because you can't be in a trade without an entry, right? But you can't exit a trade without an exit point, without a TP target. What are usually your zones for TPs? Where do you usually target? Have these zones written down, understand them, and have those exit criteria and do not deviate from them. Don't say, oh yeah, you know what? I usually take profit at these equal highs in this scenario, but today I think I'm going to take profit at retail resistance. It doesn't make sense. Why are you changing it? Just stick to what you know. Majority of the time, traders have very, very sad stories. Rightly so. Someone had a hard life. Someone's in debt. Someone has all these bills to pay. Someone wants to look after their parents. So they come into trading seeing that there is great potential to make a lot of money. So what happens is they try to fast track the process. And in the midst of them fast tracking the process, well, they believe they're fast tracking the process. In the midst of all of this, they have a huge, huge, huge anchor holding them down without them even realizing that they're being held down. This anchor is emotional attachment. They are emotionally attached to these markets. They are emotionally attached to the outcome of a trade. They are emotionally attached whenever a trade hits stop loss. They are emotionally attached whenever a trade hits take profit. The solution to this abundance of emotions you have for a trade is to simply practice emotional detachment. Practice removing yourself from the trade mentally, okay? Now, it's very, very easy to say when I'm in this position right now, talking to you guys on the screen, but the honest truth is, You have to learn to practice this and defeat your mind. You're only going to see results when you're not as emotionally invested in every single trade. You must learn to build emotional detachment. One of the ways to know if you're risking the correct amount is when you hit stop loss, are you upset to a ridiculous level? Being upset and having those normal emotions, of course, we're human beings. But what I mean is when you hit stop loss, do you feel almost sick to your stomach? You have that feeling. If you're a trader, you would know what I'm talking about. We've all been there. But that feeling right there is a telltale sign that you are not risking the correct amount. Why? Because you are attached to your loss, and you have this attachment to your loss because you know deep down it's not the correct amount you're supposed to risk. When you've actually been eliminated from the trade and you've hit stop loss, you're looking at your history thinking, damn, this hurts, because it's an amount that's so major to you that you can't fathom the fact that it's gone from your account. You need to have other things going on for you in order to become a profitable trader. Why? Because your mind is not occupied by trading 24/7. You can be obsessive, no problem, but don't be addicted, okay? Don't be addicted. Name me one addiction that's good in this world. There are no addictions that are good. And don't come to me with no fancy quote, oh, I'm addicted to the hustle, I'm addicted to the grind, I'm addicted to the gym. Don't give me that stuff. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Addiction is not good. Don't be an addict. Don't be a crackhead in these markets, okay? Don't. Be someone who's calculated. Have rational thinking. Have sound IQ. Have critical thinking before you make a decision. It's absolutely imperative for you to have other things going on outside of trading, because this is going to aid you in your trading, even though you may not realize it in the moment. I'm telling you firsthand, when you have other things going on for you, it makes you a better trader by default, point blank, period. You're not worried about, oh, I haven't made money from trading this month, I've got no money. Why? Because you have your money coming in from your job. Once you're consistently profitable and you have that good amount that can be your cushion in life, or at least for a year, then you can leave your job and go full time with trading. Why? Because you're backed. You're backed by solid finances that can cover you for, forget rainy days, for rainy weeks and rainy months and rainy years. That's when it's a good time. You want to make this a career, treat it like a career, and have solid contingencies in place. Contingencies in terms of, okay, if I blow this account, or if I lose this capital that I have right now, what do I have to fall back on? That is how you must think. What made that trade bad? What, if you actually look at your history, what made that trade bad? It is simply because that's possibly the one trade where you actually deterred from your trading plan, and you did what? You over leveraged. You risked a little bit more. You didn't account for spread. You didn't account for commissions. You thought, okay, this is 1% risk. Okay, this is 1.5% risk. Let me calculate off the top of my head. Oh yeah, the pip range of this POI is this. So if I enter here and it hits stop loss, yeah, I should lose 1%, around 1%. If you ever say to yourself, I should lose around 1%, or I should lose around 0.5%, you're not serious. Because you're not accounting for your losses. You are not factoring in those commissions and those spreads that eventually add up. They do add up. You cannot know if your path to profitability is looking bright if you don't have systems in place that allow you to visually see your path. You need to journal, okay? You need to be able to have a physical footprint of what your journey to profitability is looking like. It's important, guys. Take it seriously, man. Take it seriously. You need to be able to track these things to know if you are on the road to progress or if you're just doing circles. If you're just doing circles in this roundabout, one can only go around the same roundabout for so long. There comes a stage where you have to choose your exit and find your way home. That's an advice that one of my older bros gave me. How much longer are you going to be going around this roundabout without choosing an exit to finally be determined and actually do things correctly by the book in your trading journey? How many videos have you watched of guys telling you, yeah, risk management, journaling, trade at these times, X, Y, Z, but you still haven't done it. Maybe you do two things. Maybe you do one thing, and then they want to blame Forex. Oh yeah, I did Forex. You did not do Forex. Forex did you. Because you never adhered to the rules that were given to you. You never adhered to the true path that someone must tread to become profitable. And now you want to blame Forex for your incompetence, for your lack of understanding, for your lack of commitment, for your lack of discipline. You're sleeping, you're drooling, you can't even wake up for your session, and you call yourself a trader. Now you want to blame Forex because you're just another statistic, you're just another failure. It's very easy to point fingers and blame when you haven't done the work necessary. And unfortunately, that's the path a lot of people use. They just love to point fingers and take zero accountability.